Hello everyone, and welcome back to Chill English Channel. We are really happy you're spending your time learning English with us today.
Hi friends, it is so nice to have you here again. Whether you're listening at home, walking outside, or just relaxing somewhere comfortable, we truly appreciate you being here with us.
I am Sophia, and as always, I am here with Jake, and today we have a very practical and interesting topic that you can use in your daily life.
Yes, and this is one of those topics that can help you sound more natural almost immediately. But before we start the lesson, I want to ask Sophia a simple question just to warm things up a little.
Oh no, questions already. Okay, go ahead. I'm ready.
When was the last time you gave someone a compliment?
That is a good question. Let me think. I think it was yesterday. I told my friend that her presentation was really clear and easy to understand.
That is a great compliment. And how did she react?
She smiled and said thank you. I could see that it made her feel happy.
That is exactly what a good compliment should do. It makes people feel good and appreciated.
That is true. But I think many English learners feel a little uncomfortable when giving compliments. Sometimes they do not know what to say.
Yes, or they say something very simple like nice or good, and then the conversation stops.
Or sometimes they choose the wrong words, and the compliment sounds strange.
That is why today's lesson is very useful. Today, we're going to learn how to compliment people naturally in English.
This topic is very important because compliments are part of daily communication. You can use them with friends, coworkers, classmates, and even people you just met.
And when you give good compliments, you sound more friendly and confident.
Before we continue, we just want to say that if you enjoy learning with us, please subscribe to Chill English Channel.
Yes, subscribing helps us grow and allows us to continue making relaxed and useful English lessons for you.
All right, now let us begin with a short story to make this lesson more real. Jake, have you ever had an awkward moment when you gave someone a compliment?
Oh, yes, definitely. And I still remember it very clearly.
That sounds interesting. What happened?
I met a new colleague and I wanted to be friendly, so I tried to give a compliment.
That sounds like a good start.
Yes, but I said, "Your face is very different."
Oh, that sounds a little risky.
Yes, I wanted to say something positive, but it sounded strange. He looked confused.
I understand. Sometimes the words are not wrong, but the meaning is not clear or not positive.
Exactly. That is when I realized that giving compliments is not just about vocabulary. It's also about choosing the right words.
That is a very important point. A good compliment should be simple, clear, and positive.
So, let's start with the basics. What is a compliment?
A compliment is something nice you say about another person. You can talk about how they look, what they do, or their personality.
And the goal is to make the other person feel good.
Let us start with one of the most common types, complimenting appearance.
Yes, people do this very often in daily life.
A very simple sentence is, "You look nice today."
Or, "You look great today."
You can also say, "I like your shirt."
That is better because it is more specific.
Yes, specific compliments sound more natural and more sincere.
For example, instead of saying, "You look nice," you can say, "I really like your jacket."
Or, "That color looks good on you."
These small details make your compliments stronger.
Let us look at more examples.
"Your haircut looks great."
"I like your shoes. They look very stylish."
"That dress looks beautiful."
All of these are simple but clear and natural.
Now let's move to another type, complimenting someone's work or ability.
This is very useful at school or at work.
You can say, "You did a great job."
Or, "Your presentation was very clear."
Another example is, "I really like your idea."
That is a great sentence for teamwork.
You can also say, "You explain things very well."
This focuses on a skill.
And people usually feel proud when you notice their skills.
Now let us talk about complimenting personality.
This is more personal and meaningful.
For example, "You are very kind."
Or, "You are very patient."
Another good one is, "You are easy to talk to."
That is a very strong compliment because it builds connection.
You can also say, "You have a great sense of humor."
Everyone likes to hear that.
So far, we have three main areas: appearance, ability, and personality.
Now let's talk about how to make your compliments sound more natural.
One simple way is to use small words like really, very, and so.
For example, you look really nice.
Or, that was very helpful.
These words make your compliment warmer.
Another important tip is to be honest.
Yes, if your compliment is not real, people can feel it.
So always choose something you truly like.
Now let's talk about a common mistake.
Many learners give very short compliments and then stop. For example, "nice shirt," and then silence.
That can feel awkward.
A better way is to add more detail.
For example, nice shirt. I really like the color.
Now the conversation can continue.
Another mistake is using the same words again and again.
Like always saying nice or good.
Try to use different words like great, amazing, lovely, or awesome.
This makes your English more interesting.
Now let's practice a short conversation.
Okay. Sophia, I like your bag.
Thanks, Jake. I bought it last week.
It looks really nice.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it.
That sounds natural.
Yes, simple and clear.
Now let's make it a little longer.
Jake, your idea in the meeting was really good.
Thank you. I was a little nervous.
You explained it very clearly. It was easy to understand.
That means a lot. Thanks.
Notice how we added more detail.
Yes, that is the key to sounding natural.
Now let's talk about tone.
Tone is how your voice sounds when you speak.
If your tone is flat, your compliment may sound cold.
But if your tone is warm, it feels real and friendly.
For example, saying, "That's nice," without emotion sounds weak. But saying, "That's really nice," sounds much better.
So always pay attention to your tone.
Now let's look at some useful sentence patterns.
Pattern 1. I really like.
For example, "I really like your idea."
Pattern 2. You did a great job.
For example, "You did a great job on the project."
Pattern 3. That looks.
For example, "That looks great on you."
These patterns are easy to remember and very useful.
Now let's move a little deeper.
Compliments are also a great way to start conversations.
Yes, especially with new people.
For example, "I like your shoes. Where did you get them?"
Now you're giving a compliment and asking a question at the same time.
This helps the conversation continue naturally.
Another example is, "That's a great book. Do you recommend it?" Compliments are not only nice words, they are also powerful tools for communication.
Exactly. They can help you start conversations, continue conversations, and build stronger relationships with people.
But there is another important part of compliments that many learners forget.
Yes, that is how to respond when someone gives you a compliment.
This is very important because if you respond in the wrong way, the conversation can feel uncomfortable.
Let us start with the simplest and most common response.
The most natural response is just, "Thank you."
Yes, this is always correct and always safe.
For example, if someone says, "I like your jacket," you can say, "Thank you."
But you can also make your response a little longer.
For example, "Thank you, I just bought it yesterday."
This helps continue the conversation.
Another example, "Thanks, I'm really happy you like it."
That sounds warm and friendly.
Now let's look at another common situation.
Sometimes people feel shy and they try to reject the compliment.
Yes, they say things like, "No, it's not good," or "I don't think so."
This is a very common mistake.
In English, it is better to accept compliments, not reject them.
If you reject a compliment, it can sound uncomfortable.
So instead of saying, "No, it's bad," you can say, "Thank you, I'm still learning."
This is polite and positive.
Another example, "Thank you, I worked hard on it."
That is a great response because it shows effort.
Now let's talk about adding a return compliment.
Yes, sometimes you can give a compliment back.
For example, "I like your shirt."
Thank you. I like yours too.
This creates a friendly connection.
But be careful. Your return compliment should be natural, not forced.
Yes, if you say something just because you feel you must say it, it can sound fake.
So only give a return compliment if you really mean it.
Now let's practice a short dialogue.
Okay, I'll start. Jake, your presentation was really clear today.
Thank you, Sophia. I'm glad you think so.
You explained everything step by step. It was easy to follow.
Thanks. I practiced a lot before the meeting.
That sounds very natural.
Yes, and the conversation continues smoothly.
Now let us look at another example.
Sophia, I really like your idea.
Thank you. I'm happy you like it.
It's very creative.
Thanks. I tried to think of something different.
Again, simple but effective.
Now let us move to another important point.
Compliments can be different depending on the situation.
Yes, the way you speak with friends is different from the way you speak at work.
With friends, you can be more relaxed.
For example, that shirt looks awesome.
Or, you look great today.
But at work, it is better to sound a little more professional.
For example, your presentation was very clear.
Or, you did a great job on this project.
The meaning is the same, but the tone is different.
Now let's talk about compliments with strangers.
This can feel a little difficult for many learners.
Yes, because you do not know the person.
But simple compliments are usually okay.
For example, I like your bag.
Or, that's a nice jacket.
Then you can add a question.
Like, where did you get it?
This helps start a conversation.
Now let's talk about something very important.
What is that?
Not all compliments are appropriate in every situation.
That is true. You need to be careful.
For example, complimenting someone's appearance at work can sometimes feel uncomfortable.
Yes, especially if it's too personal.
It's usually better to focus on work, skills, or effort.
For example, you handled that situation very well.
Or, your report was very detailed.
These are safe and professional compliments.
Now let's talk about another common mistake.
Many learners use too many adjectives.
Yes, like saying, your shirt is very, very, very nice and amazing and beautiful.
That sounds unnatural. It is better to keep your sentence simple,
For example, I really like your shirt.
clear and natural.
Another mistake is using the wrong tone.
Yes, tone is very important. If your tone is too strong, your compliment may sound strange.
For example, saying, I love your shirt in a very loud voice can feel too much.
But saying, I really like your shirt with a natural tone is better.
Balance is important.
Now let us look at more useful sentence patterns.
Pattern 1, I like how.
For example, I like how you explained that.
Pattern 2, that was really.
For example, that was really helpful.
Pattern 3, you are very.
For example, you are very patient.
Pattern 4, that looks.
For example, that looks great on you.
These patterns are easy to use in many situations.
Now let us practice another dialogue.
Jake, I like how you solved that problem.
Thank you. It took some time.
But your solution was very clear.
Thanks. I'm glad it helped.
That sounds natural and professional.
Yes, and it shows respect.
Now let's talk about how compliments can help build confidence.
When you give compliments, you also become more confident. And when you receive compliments, you learn to accept positive feedback.
This is very important for communication. Now let's move to something more interesting.
What do you have in mind?
Let's talk about how to make compliments more personal and more meaningful.
What do you have in mind?
Let us talk about how to make compliments more personal and more meaningful.
That sounds interesting because simple compliments are good, but personal compliments are even better.
Exactly. A personal compliment shows that you are really paying attention.
For example, instead of saying, good job, you can say, I really liked how you explained the last part. It was very clear.
That is much better because it is specific.
Another example is, instead of saying, you are nice, you can say, you are always so kind to everyone. I really respect that.
That feels more real and more meaningful.
Personal compliments often include details or examples.
Yes, and that is what makes them powerful.
Now let's look at another idea. You can connect compliments to effort.
That is very important.
For example, I can see you worked hard on this.
Or, you really improved a lot.
These compliments motivate people.
Yes, because they show progress and effort.
Now, let's talk about something fun.
Idioms?
Yes, let's look at some simple idioms and expressions for compliments.
The first one is, "You did a great job."
That is very common.
Another one is, "That looks amazing."
Or, that's impressive.
You can also say, "Well done."
These are short but very useful.
Now, let's practice a longer and more natural conversation.
Okay, I'll start. Jake, your report was really well written.
Thank you, Sophia. I spent a lot of time on it.
I can tell. The structure was very clear.
I'm glad you think so.
That sounds very natural.
Yes, and it feels professional.
Now let's try another example in a casual situation.
Sophia, you look great today.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
I really like your outfit.
Thanks. I just bought it recently.
Again, simple and friendly.
Now let's move to practice questions for our listeners.
Yes, this is your time to practice.
First question. What is one compliment you can give to a friend today?
Second question. How do you usually respond when someone compliments you?
Third question. Can you describe a person using one compliment about their personality?
Take a moment and think about your answers.
You can also say them out loud to practice speaking.
Now, let's do a quick review of today's lesson.
We learned what compliments are and why they are important.
We talked about 3 main types: appearance, ability, and personality.
We also learned how to make compliments more natural by adding small words and details.
And we talked about how to respond to compliments in a polite and confident way.
We also looked at common mistakes and how to avoid them.
And we learned how to make compliments more personal and meaningful.
The most important idea is simple.
Compliments should be honest, clear, and kind.
You don't need difficult words.
Simple English is enough if you use it well.
Now it's time for the question of the day.
If your best friend gave you a compliment, what would they say about you?
Think about it. Maybe they would say you're kind, funny, or hardworking.
Or maybe they'd say you're a good listener or very reliable.
Everyone has something positive. Now it's your turn to share.
Write your answer in the comments.
We would love to read your responses.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Keep practicing every day and don't be afraid to speak.
And remember, a simple compliment can make someone's day better. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.